Let's return to AJC Live with Scott Richmond on 1460 WVOX.
We're back with Westchester resident Professor Mohammed Alsiadi talking about the situation in Syria, having a very serious discussion. Call us at 914-636-0110. And actually, we do have a caller on the line right now. It's Chris. Chris, are you there?
Hello.
Hi, Chris. What's your comment or question?
Yes, I'm wondering, let's say for the sake of discussion, that the destiny of the countries in the Middle East, like Syria, Libya, Iraq, are to be Islamic theocracies, okay? And let's say that's their what's wrong with that? Achieving that destiny. What is wrong with that?
Okay, that's an important question. If we're going to end up with, let's say, a dictatorial regime, such as they have in Iran, what's wrong if the other countries end up with that? I don't know exactly if that's where we are headed towards, but Professor Alsiadi, what's your opinion about an Iran-type government in... Go ahead, Chris.
That's a conjecture on your part, okay? All I'm saying is if their destiny is Islamic theocracies, okay, what is the problem with that, or should that destiny be changed?
I will put it this way: the one who started Arab Spring, all of them, they are the younger generations in Libya and Tunisia and so on. Their question was very simple: we need the citizenship. They didn't have any political agendas. They didn't ask for Islamic State or Muslim Brotherhood to rule or Iranian model. They went to ask for their dignity and their citizenship. The problem is those dictatorships for the last almost 60 years, that the one that been created back then by the British and the French, and we inherited the U.S. after Eisenhower 1950s. We left this political system without fixing that problem, and suddenly we face reality. Reality is what we have: younger generation. They were looking for to have freedom of speech, human dignity, human rights. And when they went to claim that right, they said we were succeeded in Tunisia. Look at Tunisia. The Muslim Brotherhood or the Muslim political parties lost their elections through vote. Where we see the case in Syria, we went peacefully to the street to protest, and with our bare hands, the response from the Iranian and the Assad was tanks. And in addition to that, Assad opened the borders for ISIS. ISIS didn't just come from out of space. And just to remind you, we have almost like 200,000 fighters of ISIS. The coalition's killed almost 45,000 plus. But there's good news here. We need all of us to understand it. 9.5 million Syrians been displaced inside Syria. None of them joined ISIS for the last 5 years. Why we don't talk about this? So we are not looking for Islamic State, but we're looking for free elections, democratic system, and so on. And add to this also the 6 million Syrian refugees around the globe. None of them joined ISIS. Most of ISIS group, we see them coming from Northern Africa. The highest number came from Tunisia, not even Saudi Arabia. So let's look and read those numbers. It's just fascinating to see that the Arabs today looking for democracy, progress, human dignity, social justice, political system.
Okay, so Chris really opened the door to an important question, which is, where are we headed? Perhaps, as you say, the Arabs are looking for democracy, or a subset of them, but let's deal with reality. Where are we headed in Syria?
In Syria, Scott, this question is so crucial. What I put it this way: this problem is not going to be end very soon. That's what is sad. And Syrians today are holding on their misery. What does that mean? They are dying in thousands. Last night, the Russians' airplane bombed my town, Aleppo, with all this kind of advanced guns, burned the cities. I did not sleep last night. And this is true event. So what we'll see, we have a proxy war between the Saudis, the Qatari, the Russians, the Americans, without political solution. And those poor people, they are dying in thousands. In Israel, northern Israel, in Jalil, they had almost 200 children, some of them being shot in their face, in their eyes. Now you told me who's killing these people. And at the same time, the Syrians, look at them, they are running away with their bare hands. They have nothing with them. Dying, almost 10,000 Syrians die in the Mediterranean Sea, not mentioning the other refugees. So it is a serious problem. I would say all of the important powers in the world agreed that we are not going to engage with any political solutions. Shame on all of us if we don't find a political solution for the Syrians.
Very, very interesting discussion with Professor Mohammed Alsiadi. This is AJC Live on WVOX 1460 AM. I'm Scott Richmond, the local director for AJC.